Hey, I'm Jillian Jacqueline, and we are at the Sundance ASCAP Music Cafe in Park City, Utah. Yeah, so CMA and ASCAP team up and just create a really, really cool eclectic lineup of different singer-songwriters, artists who they think will represent, I think, TV, film, and country, and pop, and all the different genres that ASCAP works with, and just kind of bring us all together. And luckily, all of us today know each other a little bit. You know, in Nashville, it's a tight-knit community. That definitely lends itself to a really interesting round because we all can talk about each other's music and being fans of each other. So I think CMA and ASCAP really want it to feel like the audience is getting a look into our community and how we write together and where the song inspirations come from. So, well, for me, it was sort of, it happened when I was very young. I started singing when I was like 7 years old, and my parents were very supportive. So luckily, I got sort of pulled out of school very soon and started auditioning for Broadway shows, and my parents homeschooled my sisters and I, so it was like a childhood dream, and I just kind of kept going with it. I took 4 years off to go to college, but for the most part, I just kind of knew that's what I wanted to do, and I think I have my parents to thank for being so encouraging and supportive, and I was always surrounded by people that really believed in what I did. We were in a four-sister family band for most of my childhood, and we just grew up, you know, driving around in a minivan, playing festivals and fairs and wherever we could. And we came to Nashville a bunch as kids, and that was sort of where I learned harmony, and we started writing together very young. So that was my initial experience of being an artist. And then I kicked them out and did my own solo thing. For me, I think probably the biggest challenge was in the beginning when I was writing songs and just wanting to write songs 24/7, but not wanting to sign a publishing deal, essentially, at first. I was waitressing and bartending a lot, and that felt super challenging to not have the time to dive into writing the way I wanted to. But I think it just came down to finding the right publishing company that really understood who I am and what I do. And then once I got to sign with them, all these doors started opening. So I think the challenge was just having patience to wait for the right fit to come along. So my debut single is called Reasons, and it just went for ads at radio on Monday. Super stoked about that. The song is very autobiographical. I wrote it right before I signed my record deal, and it's really a tell-all about something I went through in my relationship, and you know, how sometimes we stay a little bit too long when we should leave a relationship. My producer is Topher Brown. He and I have worked together for 6 years in Nashville now, and we're best friends, and I think that relationship, that closeness, really lends to us doing what we do together. We can basically say anything together in the studio and not get mad at each other, and I appreciate that level of transparency because I think sometimes you have to be extremely honest to get what you really want out of a record. It changes all the time. Mostly it starts with a title or a seed of an idea, and I'll write it down somewhere in my phone or on a piece of paper. And my producer and I are very, very close. So usually he and I get in the room first, and we'll start hashing out melodies and different musical ideas to go with the title. And then maybe a third person will come in or maybe not. And we usually try to be simultaneously working on the melodies while also working on the lyrics. So it's all kind of a cohesive thing. Hi, I'm Jillian Jacqueline, and I'm an ASCAP member, and we create music.